Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in today's video, we are back to working on the bank for my village. And I know it has been a few months since I worked on this project. And one of the reasons is I started second guessing my layout for this project for some reason. I'm not sure why, because as you can see, the bank is pretty much made. It just needs to be put together. We already have the teller's booth made, the doors to the vault, the safety deposit boxes, and the front of the bank. All we need now is to put up some walls and the floor, and there is one more item I need to make. I'm not sure if I'll be able to include it in this video, but let's see what we can do with these pieces. The first thing I'm going to do is take the storefront of the bank that I've already made and put in some plastic for the door and the window. And I just have some plastic left over from some packaging. So I flipped it over and I'm going to glue the plastic onto the back side. And I'm trying to make this piece work since it's already cut, and I think it is going to work. I just have to trim this side off a little bit more, but as long as this paper that's glued to the plastic doesn't show through the window portion or the open portion of the door, I think it will work. So I'll trim this off and get this glued down, and then I'll glue another piece of plastic to the window. Quick disclaimer, for any of you guys who are new to my channel, I do not do perfect tutorials. I will make a mistake, and I just made one. I needed to wait before I glue the plastic in. I need to put my wallpaper on first. But the plastic for the door has already been glued in, so I'm going to leave it and I'll put the plastic in the window after I put my paper on. These are the scrapbook papers I'm going to be using in the bank. This one is for the floor and these two are going to be for my walls. This was not my original color scheme for the bank, but I could not find the color green in a flooring or in a wallpaper color that I really liked. So I had to change it a little bit, and I will have to make a change to the teller's booth so it will match this new color scheme. I have my wallpaper in place, and it was pretty easy to figure out how to cut around the door with the plastic in. I just took a few measurements and it worked out. I did want the gold on the bottom, so I measured up from the floor to the base of the window, and it was 6 inches. So I cut that piece out, and then I measured the opening for the door and how much space was left on this side. And that made it pretty easy to cut that out. And I did the same for the top portion with the cream paper. Next, I'm going to frame out the door and the window, and I wanted to match the black that's on the outside. I don't have any black foam board, so I'm going to have to paint some black. But I do have some pieces that are already cut from a previous project, and they are about the width that I need. I'm looking for about a 1/2 inch. Some of them I might have to clean up and trim just a little bit more, but I'm going to see how much of this I can use up. I have my window and my door framed, and now I need to make a handle for the inside and the outside of the door. I'm going to take this small dowel rod and cut it into 2 3-inch pieces, and around each end I'm going to wrap a thin strip of paper. Here's my door handle with the paper wrapped around, and I did go ahead and paint it black. It kind of looks like a majorette baton. I made a handle for the inside of the door and the outside. I just have to glue them in place. For the walls of the bank, I'm using a piece of foam board that is 20 inches tall and 29 inches long. I made it into a trifold by scoring along the back in 2 places, and I measured out 8.5 inches on this side. The middle is 12 inches and the other side is 8.5 inches. I'm making most of the buildings in my village pretty tall, but you don't have to do that. A good height for most Ken and Barbie rooms are 14 to 15 inches tall. Now I'm just going to add my paper onto the walls. Now that my wallpaper is glued on, I'm going to glue my vault door in place. And I'm going to put it on the right side, so my last little 8.5 inch flap here. I'm going to glue the vault door onto that. And I need to leave some space at the bottom for the floor. So I'm going to take a leftover piece of foam and use it to measure out about 1/4 inch at the bottom, because that's about how thick this foam is. So I'll just take a pencil and mark that. So that line that I drew will give me a guide as to how far down I can have my vault door and still have room for flooring to go underneath these two rods here. For my floor, I'm using a scrap piece of foam board that I had, and it has these indentions in it, but you won't see that once it's covered with paper. And I cut it down to 11 3/4 in height and 20 1/4 in width. And over from the left side, I measured over 7 inches 3/4, and I scored the back so I have this fold here. Now I can cover my floor with my paper. I covered the floor, and now I'm going to glue it to my walls, and I'm going to start by gluing it to my side walls. So I'm just going to sit the front wall to the side, and I want the part that bends to go towards the front of the store. I'm going to line it up so when I get ready to close the store, the rest of it will just wrap around, and my floor will fit in like this. And I have enough room on the side where it doesn't hit my vault door. So I glued the walls and the floor in place, and you can see that the vault door is glued in place on this wall. And I did leave space for my floor to fold up, and the walls will also fold around. Now I have to work on the inside of the vault. So I have the vault door and the safety deposit boxes. One of the ideas I had for the inside of the vault was to use the back of the teller's booth. I thought about gluing either the boxes on the back, but I made these a little bit too wide and I would have to trim it down, and that would make me cut into the boxes, and the ones on the edge would be a little bit skinnier, and I don't really want to do that. And I also thought about gluing the door on the back of the teller's booth and having another wall that swings out, but I think I'm just going to make a entire separate room for the vault. I think that'll just be the easiest thing to do, and I have room in the entire bank to store that when I need to put everything away. And that would also leave me with a freestanding teller booth, because one of you guys in the video where I made this said it looked like a old ticket booth, and I thought it would be neat to be able to use this in that way whenever I need to. So I will be making some changes to the back wall in this, so I'll be able to use it in multiple ways. For the walls of the vault, I'm using a piece of foam board that is 15 inches tall by 20 inches wide, and I didn't need it to be as tall as the bank. You can actually see the bank building at the back. It's 20 inches tall. This room is just going to be an accessory to it, so I can save on some foam board by making it a little bit shorter. I did make this a trifold, so I came over 8 inches scored on the back. This middle part is 2 inches, and this side is 10 inches. So this room will also be able to fold up and be stored in the main part of the bank. And I do want the walls to match the main part of the bank, but I don't think I have enough of this cream colored paper, so I might have to come up with something else. I have the vault completed, and I decided to leave the walls white. I think it looks pretty good. I didn't have enough of the scrapbook paper left to cover everything. And I was also thinking this brownish gold paper that I have doesn't look good against the gold of the safety deposit boxes, but I think the cream would have went really nice. So I might go back to the store and get more of the cream and cover this later. But for now, I'm happy with the white. And this folds up and it will store away in the main part of the bank. And I didn't make a floor to the vault because I can always use the floor to the main part of the bank since it fits in here pretty neatly. And then I'll just zoom in more and you won't see the walls of the outside of the bank. Looking at the teller's booth, which I do have a separate video on, my original color scheme for the bank was green, but now that I've had to go in another direction, the green is not going to look that good. So I do have enough of this brown paper to cover the back of the teller's booth, so I'm going to do that. I thought I glued this sign in place, but I didn't. It was only being held up by poster putty, which is great for me because now I can reuse this green. So if I use this as a ticket booth, I can just leave the green up and add a different sign. But for now, I did cut out a piece of the brown paper and I can just slide that in there. And I'll add my sign to the back. And if I ever get tired of the brown or just want to switch the colors out, I can just pull the paper out and pop in a different color. And it's going to be pretty easy to store everything in the bank. So I'll just move the teller booth towards the front. And this part is the vault. Fold up the floor and bring the wall around. And on the side, I did make sure to leave enough room so the vault door wouldn't get hit by anything. So if you look in through the window, you can see between the teller's booth, there's quite a bit of space left here. I do have one more item to make for the bank and some signage for the walls, and I plan to replace the sign at the back of the teller's booth. The green is not working. Let me know what color you think I should make the sign. Should I go with a gold color or maybe just go with black? But that's all I have for you today, my friends. If you have any questions about anything in this video, please leave it in the comments below. I will try my best to answer your questions. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.